Hello, this is the Irish Guy Extra, and oh boy, I guess it's forfeit season, right? Did anybody see the absolute monstrosity of a video that was uploaded yesterday? Oh, if you did, you would have seen me dance like a gorilla in the rain, do a slow waltz with a teddy bear outside Aldi, and oh yes, who could forget the puppet show with my own socks outside KFC. It was honestly brutal to do. I had to do all of that in the rain with, yes, onlookers looking at me as if I was the town weirdo. What, have you never seen somebody dance with a teddy bear whilst you're getting your groceries? Yeah, it was weird. It was very weird, but I think that is all the proof you need that I don't predict too good. So welcome to the next prediction video, right? I mean, it's just gonna be horrendous. But come on then. Let's see then. For the midweek matches, surely my luck has got to change soon, right? Right? It's gonna be grim again, isn't it? Right, let's go. Okay, let's see. So first up tonight is Bournemouth versus Everton. This should be another Bournemouth win, I would say. But then again, I said Bournemouth would beat Sunderland, and they threw away a 2-0 lead, and I was dancing with a gorilla. Or was that the one where I had to do a puppet show? Or was that the one where I had to do a waltz with a teddy bear? I can't even remember what the forfeit was for that, but let's just say it was nasty. And yeah. So, right now, me and Bournemouth are having a bit of a lover's tiff, okay? Because I'm still mad at them for throwing away that lead to lose at Sunderland. Or Ivan Nilsson just absolutely, his brain turned into mashed potato in that one instant. The ball is crossing the line for a Sunderland own goal to give Bournemouth a late win and to break everyone's hearts ahead of the Tyne-Wear derby. And he has to stick out a boot and tap it in for an offside goal. You can't do that in a world of VAR. You can't cheat when VAR exists, mate. And yeah, so make no mistake about it. I am still silently seething because of that result. But you know what? Because of that, okay, this is your punishment, Bournemouth. This is your punishment, Andoni Iraola. And no, I'm not going to ask you to sleep on the couch tonight. No, what I'm going to do instead is say that you're going to draw. Just a 1-1 draw at home with Everton, okay? Semenyo and Kieran Dewsbury Hall, okay? This might be the first time in a long time I failed to back Bournemouth to win a very winnable match, but let's just say me and Iraola are not on speaking terms right now, okay? I'm sorry, okay? You might think I'm being a bit of a Grinch right now, but I'm sorry. You had a 2-0 lead to Sunderland. Tyler Adams literally just scored. He was so far away from the Sunderland net, he might as well have taken that kick from Mars, and yet you still didn't see out the win, so yeah, I'm still absolutely grrr. All right, up next, Fulham versus Man City. Man City win. Okay, I have seen many people in the comments saying, oh, why do you glaze Man City so much? Why do you pick them to win every week? Probably because they armed with the greatest goal scorer in the history of modern football. Like, Erling Haaland, he might not be the best footballer in the world, no, but he's absolute goal machine freak. So how can you possibly back against them when they've got an absolute monster like him up front? So yeah, I'm going to go with a Man City win. 3-0. 3-0. Haaland with 2. And Nico O'Reilly with 1. And this is where you're going to tell me that Nico O'Reilly is injured. Why don't I check their team news before the games? Anyway, yeah, I really do think Man City are going to win this game. And I think Man City are going to win the league. And if they don't, if Man City do not win this game, then I will faceplant into a pie. Okay, up next, Newcastle versus Tottenham. Oh, okay. Tottenham right now are pretty dreadful. Look, I thought they were beginning to take after scoring 3 away to PSG, but really, Thomas Frank's team are just not at that. They're just terrible. Going forward, what has changed from the Ange Postecoglou days? Because all I can see is Spurs are still losing every week, but at least under Ange, they still look like they could score a goal or two. It's just that they absolutely defended like a bunch of walking chunks of cabbage. But nowadays, they've got nothing going forward either. All the fun is being sucked out of Spurs. So yeah. And with Newcastle in red hot form, I'm sorry, but this is an easy, comfy 3-0 Newcastle win. I'm going to go with goals from Joe Linton, Tonali, and Voltamada. Why not? I'm going to go with a 3-0 Newcastle win. And I'm so convinced of this that if Newcastle don't win this match, I will perform... No. Okay. If Newcastle lose this match, I will perform a pop song outside Aldi, but it's not going to happen because Spurs are absolutely diabolical. All right, up next, Arsenal versus Brentford. I mean, it's a midweek match in December. These are typically the sort of games that Arsenal would trip up in during their last few title races, but look, I think it'll be close, but I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. I'm going to go with goals from Saka I think Igor Thiago with a penalty, and then a late winner from Arsenal, Christian Norgard against his former club. Why not? Wouldn't that be absolute scenes? And obviously, Arsenal are going to win this game. And if they don't, if the Gunners don't win this match, then I will ask strangers if they'd like to drink a spoonful of milk that I'm holding in front of their face. Sounds creepy? Thankfully, I won't have to do it because Arsenal are obviously going to win this match. Okay, up next, Brighton versus Aston Villa. Brighton are in good form, okay? Aston Villa are in spectacular title-winning form, and nobody seems to have noticed. The job Unai Emery is doing this season, it's up there with the best of Unai Emery at Aston Villa, which is really surprising considering they started the first month of the season without a goal. No wins in the first 5 matches, and he's doing all this, by the way, without a goal machine. Because I said in the summer Ollie Watkins is going to be a burned-out balloon, and that's exactly what he is. It looks like he's had his superpowers drunk by a spider. Okay, I watched Madam Web with the weekend. I know I did. I don't know what I was thinking. It's on Netflix now, and it might just be the worst thing I've ever seen. And I once walked in on my grandma in the bath. Anyway, yeah, where was I? Aston Villa going to win this one. 2-1 Villa win. I can see, okay. At the weekend, I saw in my head that Igor Thiago would score 2, and I ignored my inner intrusive thoughts, just like I would do when they tell me to, go out there and try and kiss a bumblebee. So I'm not going to ignore it this time, okay? Don't worry, the bees are safe. But no, I'm not going to ignore this. Right now, in my brain, I can see Malin and Sancho for Villa. All right? I can see that. And if it does happen, remember this. And I'm going to look like a genius. 2-1 Villa win. And for Brighton, who cares? They're going to lose. So Kuiper. All right, Villa win. Up next, Burnley versus Crystal Palace. Look, I think Burnley have done okay this season, considering they have an absolutely porridge squad. Okay, they're really low on talent and quality. But is Scott Parker the guy to keep them up? I don't think he is, okay? And yes, it would be harsh to bin him off, and I'm not really advocating for that. But I mean, do you want to keep Parker and go down, or do you want to throw him in and try for something different that might keep you up? I'm not saying anybody else would keep Burnley up, but let's just say, if Burnley lose this match, and I think they will, I'm going for a 2-0 Crystal Palace win. Daniel Munoz seems like the perfect sort of counter-attacking match where he pops up to score at the back post. And Mateta, obviously, 2-0 Palace win. But if they do lose this match, and if I'm the Burnley chairman, I would seriously consider sacking Parker. I know it seems mean, right? It seems really harsh. It's like dumping your girlfriend because she served you some burnt toast. Like, it seems really, really mean. But do you want to be eating burnt toast for the next 50 years of your life? Actually, maybe you can just make your own toast, right? Why am I going with that analogy? But look, I think if there's anyone out there who Burnley could convince to come and work for them instead, I know it's kind of a tall order because I don't think there's going to be a queue of, up-and-coming hungry managers wanting to go and live in Burnley. But, Cheshire's not too far away. Go live there in Hollyoaksville and then, do your commute. Probably what Vincent Kompany did, right? I mean, does anyone think he relocated from Manchester to Burnley? No, he'd have probably sooner gone to live in the River Styx. But yeah, look, I think if you lose this match, and I think you will, it's harsh, yes. But maybe consider getting rid of Parker. Anyway, all right, up next. Wolves versus Nottingham Forest. Wolves have to start putting some points on the board, right? They have to, because 2 points from 13 games it's not pathetic. It's beyond pathetic. I don't even know if there's a word for how bad 2 points are in 13 matches. I don't know if anybody else has ever done this before in Premier League history. I know Derby County sure didn't, because by this stage they'd already beaten. I don't want to say. Okay, Newcastle, 1-0 at Pride Park in September. It was embarrassing, okay? I had to go into school the next day, and having lost to the worst Premier League team of all time. However, they weren't the worst Premier League team of all time yet. It was only September, so people didn't realise truly how bad that defeat was. It was bad. It aged terribly. I'm going to believe in Wolves. 1-1 draw. I think they will take a point. Jurgen Strand-Larsen for Wolves, and for Forest, Savona. Leeds versus Chelsea. I don't think Leeds will win here. I think Chelsea will get a pretty comfy win. 3-0 Chelsea. Garnacho, Estevao, and Pedro Neto. A night for the wingers. And if they don't, if Chelsea don't win it on the road, And I really, really think they will. I will stand outside Aldi having a very public domestic dispute with a Peppa Pig toy. Liverpool versus Sunderland. Alexander Isak versus Sunderland. This game could potentially give me nightmares. Look, I've been saying for weeks now that Liverpool are in that run of form now where they can lose to anyone. Sunderland is absolutely anyone. A team who recently won at Stamford Bridge. A team who have been on fire this season. A team who might just be the best performing newly promoted side of all time. So I'm very worried because the derby's up next. And if Sunderland leave Anfield with a result, I don't care that Liverpool are in the middle of a mini crisis. It would absolutely fill my bones with fear if I see Sunderland turning up to Anfield and getting a result. Not only would it burst Anfield agenda's head like a balloon, but me, I think I'd for sure collapse into my bowl of Cocoa Pops. It would be horrific. Oh no. Even just think, it would scare me. It would really, really scare me. Still Liverpool. And if Liverpool is good enough to beat Real Madrid on a nighttime atmosphere and an Aston Villa during an insane run of form, then I have to also imagine they can also beat Sunderland at a 8:15 kickoff where the fans are going to be in good voice after beating West Ham. So yeah, I'm going to go with a 1-0 Liverpool win. Okay. Isak. I know, I don't like it either, okay? But yeah, I'm going to go with Isak. And if Liverpool don't win this match, if Liverpool drop points to Sunderland, then I will stand outside Aldi trying to do 10 keep yuppies with a banana and getting more and more agitated and angry each time I mess up. Oh, that sounds horrible. Okay, up next, Man United versus West Ham. The last game, Thursday night, 8 o'clock. Man United are in good run of form. West Ham looked pretty awful against Liverpool the other day. I do think Man United will win this game because they're in a decent run of form. They look very good against Crystal Palace in the second half. And West Ham, I really think they are going to be in a relegation scrap all season long. And I wouldn't be totally shocked if Nuno Santo does lose his job in 2026, becoming the first guy to be sacked by 2 Premier League clubs in the same season, which, I find really crazy how that hasn't already been done. I think Man United will win this game. I think I'm going to go for a 2-0 Man United win. I'm going to go with Xerxes and Bruno Fernandes. Did I really just tip Xerxes to score? I know, I feel like I need a bath after that. Would be a first. I haven't had one in months. But yeah, I'm going to go with that. If West Ham win this match, though, I will stand outside Aldi and creepily smile at everyone. Like, in those smile movies. I'll do that sort of smile until someone smiles back. And I mean a real smile, not a nervous one. Oh, there'll all be nervous ones, won't they? Anyway, that's the end of the video. What do you think? What do you think? Are these predictions going to get me in trouble? Am I going to be banned from Aldi? I hope not. I hope I get all of these right. And you know what? These actually look pretty straightforward, these fixtures. There's a lot of, most of the teams in here look like heavy favorites to win these games. So yeah, I think I'm going to be all right. Anyway, that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, please. I'll talk to you in a while.